You sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening.
Smack, smack, smack! Oh!
Hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller, you fade down. Hop up in the window.
Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Happy New Year and welcome to the first Movie Monday of 2025. You're probably wondering why this Christmas tree is still up there. Well, I'm recording this on the 5th of January. Actually, there's 3 minutes left to the 6th, which is very important because January the 5th is the 12th day of Christmas. Tomorrow, the decorations go down on the 6th of January. So, this is, well, it's not going to go down at midnight, but the last video, I guess, last recorded video with the tree in the background. There'll be other videos on other channels and this channel actually. But yeah, I was gonna do reactions this year, actually react to movies and like do like a fair use thing, react to 10 minutes or whatever. I tried it before with like TV shows and it got copyrighted straight away, got blocked. They just find ways around it because it's still fair use. But not today. I ran out of time. I got work tomorrow and I got videos to edit. And I already can't. I was gonna stream today for gaming. Don't have time to stream today either, so it's frustrating. But yeah, I've missed out on 2 things. I can't react to a movie because it's way too late now, because I've got to edit it as well, and I can't do a stream. So yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm gonna hopefully do one next week. I'm gonna do a mix, right? I'm gonna try and react to things. But if I got the Blu-ray, I'm gonna go and watch it in my room and just review it and show you some clips on the TV, but we'll see. I need to get a second camcorder because I got a camcorder that continuously records. I need to get a second one because I don't, otherwise how do I film myself and the thing if I'm in my room? We'll find out. We'll figure out at some point. But yeah, we're gonna watch Babylon today. This stars Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Olivia Wilde, amongst other big stars. This movie I remember got some really bad reviews. Some really bad reviews back in 2022. I remember I was going to see it at one point and I didn't have time or whatever. I didn't mention it in the vlog on Sir Davidoff, on the Sir Davidoff channel. I can't remember exactly why I couldn't watch it, but I was planning to watch it and I chose not to. Yeah, I had a choice actually, I had a choice. I had a choice of watching 2 films. I can't remember what I chose that day, but I didn't watch Babylon. And it was like the last reading of it. It was like towards the end of its cinema run. But finally watching it now, it's about a tale of outsized ambition and outrageous excess, tracing the rise and fall of multiple characters in an era of unbridled decadence and depravity during Hollywood's transition from silent films and to sound films in the late 1920s. Interesting. So, a movie about an era of Hollywood. But except people didn't like it. I mean, reviewers didn't like it, but I heard a lot of people, a lot of regular people that are not critics, that thought it was pretty good. And the actors, even Margot Robbie says, like, I don't understand why people didn't like this film or so whatever. I'm gonna see it for myself, and I really hope it's good. Like, when movies get bad reviews, I still give it a chance. I always go in wanting it to be good, but I never think, oh, it's got bad reviews, I don't want to see it, it's gonna be bad. Nah, I'll judge for myself. But if I do think it's bad, I'll tell you. So, but yeah, literally, this is the usual style. I'm gonna watch it, review it probably at the end, and I might chime in during the film to tell you what I think. Let's do this. It is 3 hours long, so I gotta hurry up. Of all the things to see in this film, what I did not expect in the opening was, or any part of the film, was an elephant being transported down up a dodgy hill, and it pooing all over someone. That's the last thing I expected. But this movie has my attention. So I have now finished. Watching Babylon, and the first thing I'll say is it's not terrible. It's not a masterpiece, but it's definitely not terrible. I had a good time. Well, I say good time. I had a good time at times, but it got very serious at times as well. But I was on the edge of my seat. It grabbed my attention the whole 3 hours. It was good in that sense. Wasn't a great film, but it was pretty good. But wasn't bad. Wasn't as bad as what the critic was saying. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. It's quite bizarre and sometimes exaggerated, but it kind of shows, like, in this era of Hollywood as well, kind of shows how dark it is and how dark it can be. I wonder, one of my favorite parts of this film was seeing, so the characters are mostly actors in this, and they're filming things, and it's cool to like see them filming a movie within the movie. I liked seeing the process of how a movie is made, how it works, and this movie kind of interprets that in some ways. They show actors trying to do the scene, messing up their dialogue, or they're messing up what they're doing, so they've got to do another take, doing takes over and over again. There's one particular scene where Margot Robbie's character has to do a take so many times, and they all get stressed out. And yeah, just different, you know, perspectives from the director and stuff, from producers, from actors and actresses. Just the process of filming a movie, the fact that it can be very stressful, and I think the message is kind of like, there's a lot of stress and hardship, but the journey is worth it. I think that's kind of like part of the message. But I like that part of the film. I like the part of the film where people are trying to film something and they ran through obstacles. It wasn't just a smooth filming experience. It was realistic in the sense that it took a lot of time to even do one scene, and I thought that was interesting to see. Brad Pitt plays like a different character, so we'll leave him to the side, but he was good. So the main two characters are Margot Robbie and this guy who plays a Mexican. I don't know the actor's name. The main two characters, they start off in the film as nobodies, and they both want to be in the movie industry, and crazy things happen on the first night of the film where they end up getting into the movie industry. Margot Robbie is an actress, and the Mexican guy just gets on set to do jobs for the directors or whatever, you know, collect things, to do whatever. So he is madly in love with Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie, meanwhile, doesn't really reciprocate that. On top of that, she's addicted to drugs and gambling, and this gambling addiction gets her in trouble with dangerous people. And that's where you get to the climax. The climax of the film is essentially she gets in so much trouble that he has to bail her out, even though she doesn't really like him that much. And things go very wrong to the point where their lives may be finished. Wouldn't say much more because it will spoil a bit too much. But yeah, like there are two people trying to make it in the movie industry and work in the movie industry, but there's things outside of the acting life, outside of Hollywood life, that gets them in a lot of trouble. There's a lot of over-exaggeration and a lot of like over-the-top scenes. There's even a scene of Margot Robbie fighting a snake and then almost dying, then getting saved by someone who chops the snake. And then a woman sucked the blood out of, so she sucked the venom out of her blood. I'm not going to say anything more because there's more context to the scene. And there's an elephant pissing on people. It's just, there's a lot of scenes in this that are like very crazy, and I'm just like, what's so big about this to the plot? Also, Tobey Maguire makes a cameo in this. It's more than a cameo, it's like a whole scene. He plays a crazy character. He acted that really well. I was impressed by the acting there, even though I know he's a great actor anyway for the stuff he's done previously, but I thought he was great in this. But yeah, I'm not going to say much more. I could, but no, there's no need. It's just that it's a thing about some people want to make it in the movie industry, and the ending is quite nice as well because it has references to like future movies from that time period. So over the decades they show a few clips, a few references to movies. So Matrix, Avatar, those are the last two they showed. I can't remember the previous ones, but they showed like different movies, how the movies, they basically showed like a second of each film to like show movies that were progressed over time. It's like a written love letter to film, to the emergence of film, not the emergence, but like the improvement of film and how it's changed over time. Not necessarily improvement, I guess. But yeah, it was. There's definitely a message there, and there's some interesting themes. There's a themes related to like racism and homophobia and a few other things. There's a few different things here and there that are quite, you know, interestingly interpreted and quite crazy at times. And yeah, it makes for an interesting movie. It's pretty good, not great, but definitely not terrible and definitely not unwatchable. So yeah, I liked it. To an extent, I liked it. So that is my review of Babylon. It is a bit vague, if I'm being honest, but it does go crazy. It's just that, you know, it's not just about actors trying to make it in Hollywood. There's also this extra plot lines outside of it about their lives and about how Margot Robbie's character is really in big trouble with dangerous people due to her addictions. And I'm just like, yeah, this is crazy. There's more hardships than just filming movies. It's a bit like the ending of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's just like that whole scene happens in the pool in DiCaprio's house. You're just like, this movie turned into something else. Babylon's like that the entire movie. But yeah, not as good as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood though. Not as good as that film. But yeah, it's Brad Pitt was in both of them. But yeah, it's just okay to an extent. But I'm glad I watched it, and I think it was definitely good that I chose the right film to not do a reaction to. This is your boy Davidoff. Rating. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'll give it a 7. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?